Welcome to Key Tech. Please subscribe this channel if you're interested in today's video. Recently, Nvidia has achieved a market capitalization of $5 trillion with a reign of victory. Even so, at its developer conference, Jensen Huang reiterated his call to the U.S., urging them to have a forward-looking vision in their AI planning, handle their relationship with China prudently, and strive to maintain the market's continued dependence on U.S. chips. Huang further emphasized that China is gradually shifting its focus to domestic brands, and Nvidia's sales in China once plummeted to zero overnight. Currently, China possesses strong technological strength and manufacturing capabilities, and will not stagnate in the field of chip technology. This has alarmed Nvidia. Crucially, the proportion of Chinese scientific research talent in the global research field is continuously rising. Currently, Chinese researchers account for 50% of the global AI research community. At the same time, the domestic AI ecosystem is constantly being optimized and improved, with a series of AI companies, represented by DeepSeek, emerging rapidly. If the U.S. wants to maintain its leading position in the technology field, it needs to ensure that Nvidia's AI chips continue to enter the market, thereby balancing the strength of both sides in this field. Jensen Huang's viewpoint has gained widespread acceptance among Silicon Valley executives. Microsoft founder Bill Gates, in an interview with CNBC, explicitly stated that future competition in the field of artificial intelligence is essentially market competition. He pointed out that whoever wins widespread international support, and whose technology can be applied on a large scale globally, will be the ultimate winner. Furthermore, Bill Gates mentioned a rather dramatic situation. Before the U.S. implemented chip export controls on China, Nvidia's AI chips held a 95% market share, almost forming a monopoly. However, after the export controls were implemented, its market share in mainland China immediately dropped to zero, and the vacated market share was quickly filled by local brands. The situation is similar for Nvidia in the chip industry. Jensen Huang revealed that Nvidia's revenue in China has plummeted in recent years, dropping by nearly 500 billion yuan. Revenue in the mainland market is a crucial pillar of Nvidia's total revenue, and the US ban is like cutting off one of its arms. Even more detrimental is that this ban not only significantly reduced Nvidia's revenue but also inadvertently created numerous competitors. Domestic AI chips such as Ascend, Cambricon's MSI 370, and Biren Technologies BR100 are now able to initially meet the needs of the domestic market, and their market share is gradually approaching 50%. Clearly, This situation is icing on the cake for the AI market. Among the emerging domestic AI chip manufacturers, Ascend is quite representative. According to a semi-analysis report, Ascend's CloudMatrix 384 system, built using SuperNode technology, achieved 300 flops in BF16 computing power, twice that of Nvidia's GB200 NVL72. Furthermore, the system's memory bandwidth and capacity were increased by 2.1 times and 3.6 times, respectively. This breakthrough directly impacted Nvidia's traditional architecture, which relies on single-chip performance, inevitably causing anxiety for Nvidia's CEO, Jensen Huang. After all, given time, Chinese companies may be able to surpass Nvidia in the chip field within just a few years. Domestic products not only offer higher cost-effectiveness but also have proven their security. Previously, Nvidia's H2O chips exported to mainland China were exposed to have a backdoor problem, sparking widespread concern. Ironically, the US, which installed spying devices in the H2O chips, then turned around and accused Huawei equipment of being insecure. Huawei equipment underwent years of global scrutiny without any backdoors being found, while the US not only publicly discussed chip tracking technology but also applied it to the H2O chips. A clear case of the thief crying stop thief. From the Prism scandal to the H2O incident, the US's modus operandi has remained unchanged. However, the global market is not America's backyard. Those allies and third-party countries controlled by the US may dare to be angry but not speak out, but once the chips gain a foothold in the market, these fence-sitters will inevitably change their attitude, and America's chip hegemony will collapse. Therefore, whether from the perspective of market development or national security, developing domestically produced AI chips is an inevitable path, and even Nvidia's repeated appeals are to no avail.